All right, that's enough of that.
Good evening, everybody. How are you doing? It's we, Paddy and friends, ready for another podcast on a Thursday night.
And it's our regular Thursday evening constitutional, Stephen.
It's very much so, and I just finished in time.
Finish what?
The constitutional.
Oh, okay.
I always go into the 6:45.
I like being regular.
TMI. Mikey!
I like being regular.
That's what roughage is for, mate.
Unlike poor TK this week, who's had an upsetting time for his stomach recently.
Oh, really?
Dear.
He can't leave the toilet alone. It's just terrible for him. Oh well, never mind. Moving on.
Oh, as always, the level and degree of empathy on this show is outstanding.
It really does.
Really
it warms
is.
your heart, doesn't it? It warms your heart.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Right, before we get started, because we do have a packed show today, assuming that we will pack the show with
Well,
whatever
hopefully,
crap
yeah.
we decide to talk about. New knives. Let's show a knife so that we don't get any complaints. We started on time, so let's.
Is it knives that we're carrying, or?
Well, I'm carrying it, so here it is. I got the 5th GC.
GC number 5 is alive.
A collection of
I
GCs
have my fat, and this is the white owl, and it is a beautiful little knife.
and
It
a
is
genuine
lovely.
pen knife.
It is. It's lovely. And I'm
Beautiful.
very, very happy with it. Having been disappointed with a number of GCs, absolutely delighted with this one. And it was a good price. So
Well, did you see Mike's Knives' latest post about the locking knife that he's got for sale?
no.
It's absolutely wonderful. They're like brand new, but they've got a bit of blade movements.
Nah.
GC just can't do it, can they?
No, they too many times they've made mistakes. I'm carrying this beautiful case copper lock, which I just adore. Again, I think it's one of Case's nicest patterns. I just think the blade on these is the perfect clip point. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the red bone. Looks a bit sort of washed out there, but it's not in real life. It's just my bad camera. But I absolutely love it. Little lock knife, and I carry this all day today, and I've enjoyed every second with it.
Excellent.
Marvelous, awesome.
Marvelous.
And you, Mikey?
I've been carrying one of my Ashley Harrison Brickbusters in walnut
Nice.
with the chasing on the back spring.
Let me bring that up for you, big lad.
There you go.
Ooh,
Lovely.
very nice.
And I've also been carrying to go with it the Moonraker Inferno.
My Moonraker Inferno is getting stronger pull.
What?
It's actually increasing.
What?
Whenever I was sort of jiggling the dirt out, I must have moved another wee bit slightly in its place. And I literally bent my nail over, and I don't bend my nails over.
Just like soak it in a jar of oil for a bit. Be
But
fine.
nail?
What? No, the knife. The knife.
Okay.
Just to get the pivot out, cleaned out and that. But yeah, that's the Inferno. This is for just a basic sort of clip point knife. Look at that handle. It's scarily good, isn't it? Just look at that.
It's just beautiful.
That's fabulous.
It's just amazing.
I'm happy to say I've got one of them. I couldn't be happier with it.
Well, actually, I saw, and I hate to talk about him because he's our main competitor and all that, but saw Slippy's review of that. And is it the Heine Haynes sheep's foot?
Yes.
Yes, the second edition, the one that's in walnut.
Walnut, it looks fabulous.
It is a great knife. It is a really nice knife. In fact, I think I prefer it to the first run, which was ebony.
And that, I mean, I think that's what Slippy was saying as well. The sort of grain on it and everything, it's just magical.
I have to
It's
say,
lovely.
I think I'll be getting that one.
I mean, it's $39.99.
at that price.
Fabulous. Yeah.
Half stop.
And it has got the red Heine Haynes.
Yeah.
You know, the
No,
red
I've
sort
got
of
the
highlight
I've got
on
the
it.
first one in Heine, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was lovely, but I have to say that looks really nice in the walnut. So I think I shall order that this evening.
Spending, are we? Ooh.
It is
Before
indeed.
Sharp Show.
It's a fitting thing for a gentleman to do of an evening.
Spending money before Sharp Show.
I know, and that's the thing. That was my promise to myself that GEC was the last one I was going to buy before
Yeah.
Sharp Show. But at the same time, when you see something nice,
At 40 quid, it doesn't scare me. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's
That's the
not a
nice
scary
thing
knife
about
for 40 quid, is it?
It's not, I can always scrape £40 together, even if I have to beg. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not above begging, trust me. Sally, please, love.
15 minutes.
Clean the dishes on next Wednesday.
15 minutes down Duffy Docks, you get you sorted for that anyway. I'd cover that.
I'm going to come back and buy 10 of them.
Yeah, for 15 minutes.
Yes, so we're going to have a little bit of a change up now. I'm hoping this will maybe go once a month or somewhere like that. I'm not saying if it goes well, we'll maybe do it. If you like it, our viewers, if you like it, it will become semi-regular.
Really?
Yes.
You're doing this again?
Yeah.
Semi-regular.
A regular semi? I mean, I don't know which way you want.
Is that a large truck?
He's raising expectations again, Mikey. And
it doesn't matter, because with this show, this is the greatest ever podcast the planet has ever seen. This show can carry whatever crap comes out of his gob.
You're not wrong, Mikey. I take it all back. You're not wrong.
Right, so before I was rudely interrupted, we're going to talk. This is going to be a what did we call it? It's the open mic night.
That is not a rude suggestion of that.
Because I was going to take my shorts off.
Yeah. No.
What have you been at today?
I don't know.
Jesus, you foul mouth gets.
I was going to open myself up for you.
What? Oh, no.
Psychologically, Mike.
I've got lubrication. No.
This will probably never be back again.
Oh, we'll be banned.
Yes.
We'll be banned. I mean, it's not even watershed, Mikey.
No.
We haven't started. We're just warming up, Chuck. Just warming up.
Oh, just warming up.
Shut up, man.
Sorry.
Right. This is going to be an open mic night, which I think is a great name for it, because we want you to take part. We want you to put questions up that you would like the three of us to answer. Now, it can be about anything within reason. It's not going to be rude and not stupid. We get enough of that through the show. We don't need to add any more to it. There you see there, starting now. See, that's what you've done. You've woken Nigel up.
It's funny, but I expect better of Nigel.
So did I.
Excuse me? Excuse me. Did you say, pardon? You expect better of Nigel?
I do.
Yeah.
Is that a miss? Is that the?
You have met. Oh, I mean, I've been camping with him.
No, right.
I met him last year at Sharp Show.
He's fantastic. Nigel.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Anywho.
So what we're going to do is we're going to open it up to questions. Now, I put a little video up this afternoon just to say, if you got any questions, please bring them. And try to make them not interesting questions, but something that interests you, that that you would like to hear other people's opinion of. And we're going to give you three, not long answers, but we'll give you three opinions. Even if we don't have an opinion, we'll make sure we have an opinion on that tonight. So,
well, let's try it out with a test question. Okay. And our first test question is this one.
First question. Is this format just an excuse for not coming up with a proper idea for the show? Absolutely not. And I can say that 100% wholeheartedly. I have more suggestions in this rubbish tip than most people ever have. I've been doing it for years now and I never run out.
Mikey, over to you for your answer to this question.
Absolutely, yes.
Absolutely agree for him as well.
and as usual, with the carrying vote, I am going to agree with Michael Newman and say yes, this is absolutely one of those
clause.
We didn't have a proper idea.
Just a get that clause, isn't it?
But it's more than that, actually, Robin. What it is we couldn't be arsed, so we're getting you to do the hard work for us.
Honestly, Tuesday nights, we meet up every Tuesday night to discuss a topic for the next week. Not a flipping chance. It's like a medieval bloody giggle party.
Whoa. Can I just say, every week, me and Judd come to the fore with ideas that you just shoot us down like a Gatling gun. There's like 6,000 rounds.
It's because you've taken 10 seconds to think of them and they're not thought through.
But Mikey, the other thing about it is, I'm sorry, but you're way too sensitive to Stephen's
criticism. To be fair, I don't really care, Judd. It's fine.
Well, that's more like it. I mean, Then, my young Padawan, you have learnt from me, the master.
And you think I don't know that?
Anyway, we're wasting
Yes,
an awful lot
yes.
of time. Let's get on with this.
Well, I'm going to answer the ones that put the questions in the wee video I put up this afternoon, because I thought that was great.
Yeah.
There's about 5 here. We're just going to run through them
and I'll give them a chance to get
and
their
give you a
act
chance
together.
to put your questions in there, and we'll go on with it. First question that came in today was from Norman Johnson. Norman asked, if you had to pick between a Boker Barlow and a Lionsteel Barlow, which one would you pick? Mikey?
Between a Boker and a Lionsteel. Italian and German.
Yeah. So
Modern construction versus traditional. Boker. I'm going with a Boker. I'm going with a Boker because it's 01 carbon steel, pin construction.
Show us your poker.
And they do them in 440C as well.
Well, we don't like those ones, do we? No.
That's a nice one. I've had one and it was really nice to use. That's the Boker there. That's the Boker Barlow. Well,
the only Boker Barlow that I owned was the Castle Berg, and it was a lovely, lovely knife.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the one that I now own, Mikey?
Yes, because me and you do a lot of trading, Judd, don't we? A lot of horse trading.
That's because we're friends, Mikey. And
we've built up a rapport for this over many years now of like buying and selling knives and trading knives and doing little deals and little backhand deals and stuff.
Exactly, and there's always a good sort of rapport and consideration.
I couldn't even get a Rough Rider off him that's damaged. That's how much Michael just cares.
It's true.
He wouldn't sell me a Rough Rider Barlow that's damaged.
It's true. But if you want it, Judd, it's in the post tomorrow.
Yes. Cheers, mate. Love you, Mikey.
So what's your answer?
Well, my answer is this. I'd go for the Lionsteel all the time. And if anybody is wondering about the Lionsteel Barlow, that's what it looks like. But it also comes in a spear. I have both. The Mike Carter ones are lovely. I mean, but it depends on what you like. I've also got the Boker Barlow. It's a beautiful knife. But we were talking about this earlier, and my only real reason for preference is because the Boker Barlow I find it too small, which is weird coming from the tiny man himself. But I think the Boker Barlow is a little bit fiddly as a tiny little knife, whereas the Lionsteel Barlow is a perfect size. It's just a perfect pocket size. And then there's the materials. I do like the materials.
Yeah, you definitely are
a heretic, a blasphemer.
No.
Wrong?
You're wrong. But
wrong,
no, it's not. They're a lovely knife, and I've had them in the past. Absolutely beautiful knives, just not traditional enough for me. So they were nice to have, and I used them, enjoyed them. But
I have found Nigel's got some. They've got a nice action to them, a nice walking
really well made. Really well made. You can't
really
fault the make, but it's too modern for my liking. So, I mean, I would go with the Boker Barlow without doubt. This one's an 01 tool steel, just a super little knife, but the same size as a Case or a Joseph Rogers if you got one. It's about that size. It is slim, but it's just a wee EDC knife. I don't really need. Most of the time, this is exactly what I need to get me through a day. But here's the other side. What's that?
Lovely little Barlow.
Lovely little Barlow. And then this is one, and this is why I would go for the Boker, because much like the Sheffield knives, now Italy has got their same an area that is the knife making area in Italy. Boker has, but Boker's got centuries of back knives. You know, you can get the older knives.
Yeah.
And this is a lovely old Boker Barlow with, look at that on that. Can you see that? Let me just see if I can get that. You can see that a bit better. Can you see that? Look at that.
Bring it back a wee bit so the lights
is that
on
there? There it is, isn't it?
That's fabulous.
It's beautifully stamped in there. The old Boker with a tree.
And you love a stamp poster, don't you?
Oh, it just really does big. It's probably I would rather on the Boker knives that didn't have the little disc there and had a stamp poster.
Yeah.
I think that would give it a good richness.
To be honest, I would agree with you, especially on the Barlows. It's sort of a missed opportunity.
This sort of Barlow's just sort of empty and sitting there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, that's what I would pick. So there we
Right?
go.
Can I throw a third one in that's a little bit contentious, or
Yeah, get it in there.
Boker Barlow Prime it's strictly speaking, it's not a proper Barlow, but we've already had a discussion about Barlows. Is that so long as it's got a bolster, pretty much you can call it whatever the hell you want. But the Boker Barlow Prime is actually a lovely, lovely knife. It's a little bit bigger than the normal Barlow, and it's got a beautiful spear point blade and a sort of sleeve
I
board
agree with
handle.
you. Yeah.
And I've got it in the Castleberg series, so it looks fantastic. And it's a lovely size of knife. It's a lovely action.
It's a gorgeous knife.
If they had just put a bigger bolster
on it, or just go in it and they just call it the Boker Prime pen knife or something like that, rather than a Barlow.
They wrecked it by doing.
Yeah, it is a fabulous knife. It really is.
No, I agree with you. It's a nice
if I can get a picture for it, I'll get a picture for it. But we'll share the screen here.
It's the nicest non-Barlow I've ever seen, really.
Where are
Nicest non-Barlow Barlow.
If they had done it with the bolster, it would look more of a GEC type of they're large.
It's a lovely knife. You've both got that knife, haven't you?
The Prime.
The Prime Barlow.
I think Stephen.
But you did have it, didn't you?
I don't think so, but I'm not 100% sure. I've had so many knives in and out. I don't think I've had the Prime. I know I haven't bought one, that's for sure, unless I traded for one.
What's the one that you've got now that you love knife as well, isn't it? Boker. The one that you told me to get. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. I haven't got. Oh no. Oh yes, the Boker club knife.
Club knife.
It's just an amazing knife.
Yeah. That's a nice knife as well, that club knife.
Yeah. So let's move on to the second question. I hope we answered that, Norman. This is from Blade in Wales. Tony.
Oh, you don't want to listen to him?
This is a good one too. What EDC item next to your knife and slip do you always carry? For him, it's always a torch. For me, it's going to be a different answer because I carry a slip with a torch, a pen, and a knife in it. So that would be the one carry. So it's other than that, I'm thinking is what else would what
outside of the pouch? You mean? Yeah. Because my pouch has a Barlow, a torch, and a pen in it.
Yeah, that's what mine has, and you're the same, aren't you, with a wee pouch?
Well, no, mine has a.
Oh, don't no. Judge pouch folds out like a transformer. It's got everything in there.
Yeah, I mean, like full size computer and all the rest of it. No, I just have the knife and my Victorinox companion and a pen. That's it in my pouch. So I'm like Tony. I would carry a torch separately.
Right,
and that would be one of my. Because I like a small, tiny torch for everyday carry, and that's the Olight. Yeah. Oh God, what do you call it? Clip it, is it, or something like that? It's a fantastic wee light.
Because when I'm about the house, I don't carry a pouch in the house, so I will carry a little torch. Always carry a little torch, just in my pocket. Yeah, just one of those wee things.
Tiki.
Yeah, just to have in my pocket. I mean, I've got my pouch sitting there, and I've torches all over the house. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine tends to be a torch or a pen, I would say. And then if you're going past what's in the pouch, then it'll be a multi-tool, like a small Leatherman.
Yeah, well, here's the one thing that I don't. This is what I have in my pocket.
Tourniquet.
Yeah, tourniquet. And it's just a bit of G-string. Can't think of the name of it.
Paracord.
Paracord, that's it.
550.
Paracord with a Canadian jam nut in it, which is big enough to go around a thigh of any dimension, really. It's just that long, and it's a great way to use a tourniquet, or if you need to carry a bundle of sticks, or you need to carry a lot of knives.
Oh, speaking of that, and here's a little thing, because with our sort of frustrated obsession with camping and everything, I've been trying to do my knot tying again.
Yeah,
getting into my knots again. And what I discovered today is that there's
an app.
There is an app
that does.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I haven't gone on to it yet. But
there's a guy who does a podcast called the Bare Essentials.
Yeah, it's a paid for app, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's a one-off payment of
Oh,
about
right.
£3.50.
Oh, that's very good.
And it is really, really
it looks
good.
good because you can get 3D pictures
Yeah,
of it. I've seen
and
where it turns it
the
around.
full whack and everything, and it's just fantastic.
Give the name of that out again. That app.
It's Bare Essentials. Not what's it called? Bare Essentials.
Get knotted. No,
not tying app, and that's what it looks like there, and it's just fantastic. And if you want to do Stephen's favorite, the Canadian jam knot, it actually shows you a little movie how to do it, and it's just fabulous. It's just
it goes so slowly, and you can slow it down, and everything. There's so much you can do it.
And because here's the thing, right? Because as everybody knows, I'm coming up to a certain milestone in my life, and I find that my memory is not quite up to the task of remembering complex knots. Yeah. So an app to help me do it is an absolutely fantastic thing.
I've gone past that bit of memory. I just give in. I don't even think. I asked somebody to do that.
I know, but you're at the stage where you actually forget you've got the app on your phone.
Yeah. But I'm going to put it on. Really then you can tell me. That's a nice question there, because it is. I mean, everybody has little quirks and that, and I think that's my one that's been a constant for years, is having that Canadian jam knot. And it goes back to when I first sort of came around. There was very much, a lot of the questions you would have got asked. What will you do if such and such happens? The shit hits a fan and whatever. What would you carry? What would you have with you? And this is one thing that's so important to have with you. If you're out somewhere and something happens, even if you break your own leg, you can actually just get that initial splint on and tie it tight on.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way, Mikey, that he sort of goes for the sort of extreme level of drama.
Why would you break your own leg?
No, why would you break your own legs? Bang, bang, bang. But I was thinking, what if your shoelace breaks? It would just be really useful to have a piece of
paracord straight through the eyelets. Job done.
Done.
Okay, that's that done. Next.
If you forget your belt, you can put it through like your jeans, hold your trousers up.
No legs need to be broken, folks, is what we're saying.
It's extreme. It's an extreme way of
Next question.
Oh, speaking of which, does it explain how to tie your laces?
This is a very good question. A lot of people in the audience will have an opinion, so stand by. This is from Blade and Wales.
Again?
I think I asked the wrong Barlow. I can't think of it. Yeah, no, this is Blade and Wales. Did he have two? The cheat?
He did.
Yeah, he did. He had two. Well, this is a good one, so I'm going to read it.
Really? Actually, Tony asked a good question.
Yeah. Which non-legal UK knife would you get Heinz to do a collab with and manufacture it to get it put into production?
Oh, that's a good one. Well done, Tony.
I take it he's thinking of a knife that is a locking knife,
which you'd like to make into a slip joint and not a double detent, because they're rubbish.
3-inch non-locking slip joint. So, which modern
non-legal
locking
you'd want to make it? It's a locking knife you would get made into a slip joint.
Ooh,
I know what mine would be.
Well, that's not what he's asking, though.
Well, you tell me then what that says.
But he doesn't.
Just read and don't give me any nonsense.
He didn't mention and get it made into a slip joint.
But it's
making it.
What he wanted to do, you just buy the locking knife then, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but if it's a collaboration.
Yeah, so because Heinz have collaborations with other
Heinz have a UK legal version of it.
Oh, right. Well, why didn't you ask that question then?
Yeah, Tony.
Yeah. No, he didn't. Quite clearly.
Well, I understood it, and if I can understand it, you're thicker than I am. How do you feel now?
I think it's interpretation. Sorry, Tony. I'm just not keyed in here enough.
Yeah. So, which would you have, Maggie? Any thoughts?
I would go with what seems to be very popular in the comments of the Buck 112 as a slip joint with the finger grooves. With finger grooves,
it would work as a slip joint too.
Yeah,
I think really
because it's an under 3-inch blade.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's
my other thought was a case copper lock, but I think I'm going to go with the Buck.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they already do a case copper head.
Yeah, I like the look of the copper lock, like the mini copper lock. I think it's a lovely little knife with that clip point blade and stuff.
It's exactly the same.
Not the same as my copperhead, isn't? No, not the same as my copper lock.
Stop arguing, you two.
But anyway, I'm going buck 112.
Yeah, that's a good answer. What about
would you
you?
do?
Well, I'll
I still need to
I'll
think.
tell you what I would do. I would do a Delica.
Well, that'd be a cracker.
I think the UK PK wipes the floor with a Delica. I'm not being funny,
Well,
personally.
The biggest part of it, wiping the floor with it, is the fact that it's a locking knife. But I like the more
Pointy.
pointed, yeah,
longer.
delicate blade, yeah.
But then how can that be UK legal and still
Well,
preserve
it's
the length? of it?
3-inch. You know, it's going to be up to 3-inch.
Is Delica a 3-inch knife or is it longer?
No, it's not longer than 3 inches. It's not a big knife, is it?
3 inches.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, I would have a Delica.
I don't know.
That's very modern of you there as well, Stephen.
Yeah, because I've had this thing for the last few weeks of wanting to buy another Delica, and I don't know why, but there's been plenty up for sale at the minute, and I'm really.
Well, I turned one of mine into a slip joint with the Dremel, and it worked great.
Right. Very good.
Then I sold it.
Yeah.
There. That's the thing. There are any number of. See, there are a lot of tradition. See, I think Mikey's got cornered the backlock traditional kind of look, and you've got the modern. Because the Delica would be nice. Because I was thinking of the bug out. Because I've been a very late convert to the bug out because I just love the blade shape. I just think the blade shape is perfect.
But then the lock would go as well. You're going to take the.
But that's what I mean. You turn it into
Put a big old spring on it.
Yeah.
Big old spring on it. That'd be nice.
But actually,
But you're not going to be able to flick it open with a lock.
I don't know. But
A bug out. You know what? A bug out slip joint with a nice pull and a nice lock up would be a nice knife.
But I'd go for the mini bug out, not
the mini one as well. Yeah, lovely.
As a pocket knife,
but
just in terms of the shape.
Are you going to take the axis lock off it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you
got to
just
make it UK legal.
That shape as a.
Yeah. No,
the thing is different.
The thing about it is though, the trouble with the bug out, as we all know, the standard bug out is that it's too flippant squishy. It's the design of the knife and the design of the blade because I think it's the perfect drop point. And if you put that into like within brass webs and a nice wooden handle, Mikey, as a slip joint, that would be really nice.
Yeah,
that'd be really nice.
Even if it was my Carter, if it was done well,
it'd
be a lovely slip joint just because of that blade shape. It's the blade shape of the bug out that makes the bug out.
I mean, that blade shape is so generic. There's so many knives with that blade shape.
Well, it's just
that's the problem is that there are.
It's just Judd's opinion. I mean, you could say that new Vivi Elementum slip joint's quite like it, isn't it?
I guide him through this passage, through this journey in the night.
You can guide yourself to the toilet and back.
Excuse me.
So, well, there you go then. I hope you like that answer. You shouldn't have asked for 2.
That's what he gets. And you can tell right away that this is what Tony will be saying. FFS.
All right. Here's a question. I don't know whether he can, because Justin doesn't have all his knives with him. But somebody, Mad Town Angler, asked, all of you should show cool knives with secret openings like the Barlow, if you have them.
Oh, God, no. I don't have
But I can give you one that you can do, which is the one that I sort of showed today, which is in here.
That was mine with the secret opening.
Yeah, that's the one Mikey gave me.
Secret closing.
And then I have another one that I just happen to have stashed away in here somewhere. Where is it? You've nicked it.
Oh, it's got a lock on it.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Where's that wee knife? Oh, there it is.
And you just press the pen blade down?
You press the pen blade down and it unlocks it.
That's fabulous.
But the pen blade itself is just a normal slip joint. So there it is. It locks, and then the only way to open it
is to press the pen blade.
Yeah, it's just a liner lock, basically, and in a different form.
That's
Isn't that class?
fantastic.
It really is.
That is very cool.
Really chuffed with that. I've wanted one for
In
years.
fact, Judd, he was so chuffed with it that he left it out of all his Barlow videos.
Yeah. But I put it in today.
He did do a special edition, it has to be said. Oh, that's lovely. To be honest, I don't have any secret mechanisms on any of my knives.
It's something to
I
worth
don't
because they're not going to be expensive knives, but there's just a bit of joy in it.
Yeah.
And this is one that I've had for donkey's years, and this one is called the Rollick. Rollick, as in R-O, Rollick.
I'll give you a good rollicking.
Yes, and this is lovely. It's got a nice big money clip thing in the back of it. It's got a clear vision here. And what you do is you push this down on the top and it pops, the blade pops up, and then you slide it along.
What the hell?
And this is a CRKT, which it's a lovely little knife. It really is a nice little knife, lovely little blade.
That's just wrong.
It is completely bonkers. And then to release it, God, I've forgotten how you release it now. Oh yeah, it's a
Come back later, folks.
It's like
when
an
we figure it out.
inside backlock. Everything you could do wrong in a knife, it's an inside backlock.
They're just taking the piss, really.
They really are, and it comes back the ways. The blade actually comes back down into this way. Like again, it's just the weirdest knife, and I've just had it for so long, and it is genuinely called the Rollick. But another little, sometimes I just like to get we unusual knives. I used to have many more, but they're all sort of gone over the time. But yes, no, very nice. So yeah, good question.
Had Stuart asked a question on those comments?
I'm not at the top yet. He hadn't done, no, I don't think I've got him here yet, but I'll do a
It's
refresh.
just he did say that he'd asked a question, but I can't find
Okay,
it. Okay,
here's Thrifty. And by the way, Thrifty and Slippy and Thrifty are doing a Sunday show. I don't know whether it's a one-off or whether they're going back to doing it.
Mikey, you know this. You probably know. Are they?
I've not been asked. I don't know anything about it.
Are they back together again?
I think so. Tongues and stuff.
The advert's up on YouTube. So here's the question. I'll be doing an upcoming live concerning this topic, so I would like to get all three of your opinion. What are the top 5 characteristics that are most important to you in deciding to buy a knife? Let's go one better. Let's do 6, 2 each.
Oh, 2 each. Oh, thank God
2
for
each.
that. Because trying to get the 6 each is going to be hard.
2 each.
Top action. It has to be a good, strong action.
Yeah, you're a complete.
Yeah, because the one thing, the blade could be the most beautiful knife on earth, and if it has a squishy action, then it's not for me, and that's why I can't have double detents. Just don't do it for me. So
agreed.
That's number 1. So good action. What would be the second one? The design has to talk to me. So I think that's a bit vague, probably. But the design of the knife has to talk to me. I don't want it to be boring.
Well, I suppose the other way of putting that is the look of the knife.
Yeah.
It has to be visually appealing.
It has to give you the fizz.
Yeah,
Stephen.
It has to give you that fizz, the initial fizz. Mikey, what do you got?
I'm going to go with handle material because I've really fallen out of love with G10, titanium, all of that kind of stuff. I'm wanting wood, micarta, jig bone, something like that. I need a nice handle on it. I totally agree with like Justin on the walk and talk and the action. I like a nice pull and a nice lockup. I'm going to go blade grind as well because I'm a big fan of flat grinds and hollow grinds. Tried like the sabers and stuff and some of the other grinds and that, and they don't really work for me. I really want a flat, but ideally a hollow grind.
Yeah. And I think especially on traditional knives, that hollow grind adds a little bit of, it makes it dangerous. It's a thin edge. It's lovely.
It's just slicing it. Yeah.
But it's nice to have the flat grind if you're going to do something that's a wee bit torquey. You really don't want to torque a thin hollow grind because bad things will happen. But
absolutely.
2 good ones. Yeah, 2 good ones.
What about you?
What about me? Mine, I've left myself to the last. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what going to be the first one of the first things I think of is price. Can I afford it? Is it something I'm going to have to save up to buy?
You know, I hadn't even thought of that.
That's
That's
why
a
I'm
really
here.
good one. Yeah, I like
So-
That's why he's here, because he's a tight ass.
But I mean, price is always something I take into consideration. I don't have a huge amount of money that I want to spend every month now, but I do have an amount that I like to keep within that budget. I often break it, which is not a disaster, but price is one of the things I look at, and then with that, along with that, is do I think it's worth that money? Because I'm coming back down the field again. I've had a run up at the more expensive knives, and I've come back down that field, and I'm getting tighter as the weeks go by. To be honest with you, I'm not wanting to spend silly money on. So it might look beautiful, it might be a gorgeous knife, but I'm losing that will to put my money into it.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be price is one of the things.
Judd doesn't have to worry about price because me and him just do trades. It's fine.
They're not joking, by the way. This is serious.
But I mean, we have to remember that I always give him crap, and he always gives me good stuff.
Yeah,
but he does.
Yeah, but I always pass your crap on to like someone else and get a really good knife.
All right. So like some
I don't even get the second-hand crap.
What's your second one?
The second one.
And this is surprising me because no one's mentioned one which I thought you would have mentioned.
The second-hand one has got to be to do with fit and finish.
Yes, that's what I was looking for, because we had just had this conversation when we was fair. Yeah,
because if I want the knife to have good fit and finish, and I have got certain knives now that I can tell with 90% I'm going to get a really good fit and finish knife, and I've companies and them companies are becoming more and more special because I like the fact that I near enough guaranteed to have a good knife of fit and finish. It mightn't be perfect, but it's not going to have rub. It's not going to have squishiness. It's not going to have all the things many things that people want in a knife. They're going to come good knives. And I'm getting more and more back into working knives. Just the bog standard Arthur Wrights.
Oh, so bog standard knives or knives that you just are going to use? Yeah,
knives I'm going to use because I'm sort of, I'm sort of 66-year-old. What's the point of me having 20 knives in my drawer that I'm probably never going to use or use once in the next? What's the point?
There's Sean's point.
Yeah,
he wouldn't own a knife he didn't use.
Yeah, I mean,
or he doesn't own a knife he doesn't use.
I don't have a knife that I wouldn't use. If it's in my pocket and I've got to cut something, I'll take it out and cut it. I'm not that prettified, but I've got one there that is in
beautiful
in elephant ivory, which is beautiful, and it's got a beautiful blade. I mean, I just don't use this enough because of what it is, the elephant ivory. I would hate to get a crack in it. I don't know why I bought it, or I'd actually traded for it, but I don't know why I traded for it in the first place. I think I had an expensive knife and I wasn't using it, which was the
So you got another expensive knife?
Yeah, the Herman knife, which was given to me.
Oh, yeah.
So I was able to get this and another knife.
But it did take that box.
Yeah, it really did.
Well, yeah, but that other knife you got was a case Tony Bowes, wasn't it? It was amazing.
It's sort of 3 times less price than that, and it was
fantastic. What a knife!
Just beautiful.
Yeah.
But so that would be my 2.
Yeah, no, I think those are 6 good reasons. And I think we could all agree with them, and they chime very much with what Griff was saying there earlier in the comment to put out that I can't find, of course. But he mentioned a couple of things in terms of the actual mechanics of the knife, like the kick and the stop and the blade and the sharpening choil and the little bits and pieces of that. And there are going to be a couple of things for each of us that are just little irritations that will either make you love a knife because they're not there, or make you eventually fall out of love with the knife because they are there and they're just constantly playing on your mind.
That's the thing, though. Things do play on our minds about certain knives, even if we've only just bought them.
Yeah.
And we'll say, no, it's great. And then we'll think about it. And then we'll be like, that knife's going.
No,
But
exactly
I
so.
mean, I think that happens all the time, and I think that I actually do think that the more you're about it, you'll do that more often because you'll get that initial, oh, that gives me the fizz, that looks lovely, and you get it in your hand, and it just, it for some reason it's still visually appealing, but in your hand you think
That
oh,
happened
no,
to me so many times at Shark
yeah,
Show last year. I'll be like, oh, look at that. Oh, put it back.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh, put it back.
when I'm in a buying mood, that's the most dangerous thing for me to be because I'll see something, I buy it, and you know what I'm like. A day later, it's back on the second-hand market. I just put it back out again because it's just I know I'm not going to bloom and keep it and use it.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of my knives don't get a lot of use, but it's not because I won't use them. It's just because I got a lot of knives. But if it's a knife that I will use, that elevates it right above. Sort of a third of my knives are knives that I like using a lot, and I sort of transfer in between. It's about 100 knives. I know it sounds a whole lot because it is, but about 100 knives in my collection that I just rotate through.
And you regularly.
Yeah. So yeah.
Can I just interlude for a small amount of time? It's two of our friends. I think I've got this right. I think it's Dave Midlife Crisis. It's his birthday tomorrow. And I just wanted to wish him a happy birthday.
Yeah.
And I believe the day after is our very own Griff of MJ Hoods. I think it's his birthday as well.
Right. Well, happy birthday to you both.
Happy birthday to
Have
you
a
both.
wonderful day. I hope you're off work for it. Although you'll probably not be, but I think Dave might be off work, isn't he?
Yeah, I think Dave will be heading down to Wales to see Tony.
Lovely. Are you going camping this weekend again?
Yeah.
Right. Lovely.
Now he's quoting Tony again, is Dave. He's been influenced by the blade in Wales.
Yeah, I even used that today to something. Who did I use that to? So yeah. So that was a great. That's the 5 questions I had. I haven't got one from Stuart. So Stuart, put one in the.
Stuart, I can't track back all the way to the top. Otherwise, we'll be here all night. But have we got any more?
No, that's the 5.
Okay, so we've got a couple that I have been recording.
Okay.
This is an interesting one, but we could probably do it fairly quickly.
Question.
Would a newly made range of replica, original, traditional multi-tool knives interest you?
Multi-tool knives.
Sort of like Swiss Army knives.
Nah.
No.
And I know what you're getting at because Victorinox did the soldier from the turn of the original soldier as a replica, and they were charging a flipping fortune for it.
No, I'm out.
Honestly, I couldn't see the point. But if you were doing that to, say, Sheffield knives or old Rogers or old Arthur Wrights or even Solingen knives that used to do multi-bladed knives, or even if you did American Stockman or things like that, old, what the vault patterns from Case, would we be interested in them? To be honest, no, not for themselves.
No,
I'd honestly prefer to see if we could track down an old version of the knife.
They very rarely do it properly, though, do they? They don't go back to use the old carbon steels, do they? They'll do it in True Sharp or something daft like that. No, it's just...
Here's the other thing. All you've got to do is contact a company like Arthur Wright, and there's near enough guarantee that the blade shape you thought of, or the old traditional pattern, they'll have an old pattern. And Taylor's Eyewitness will have patterns, and Durham Duplex now, they'll have patterns of old knives.
Will they make it as a one-off?
I don't know if you can ask and get it custom made by the likes of Stephen Cocker or Mr. White, or Ashley. I know is game for anything. If you show Ashley a picture of it, Ashley will give you his interpretation of it.
But I think in this particular context, we're talking about a range of replica originals,
of accurate ones. Yeah,
I'd rather buy from the real company.
Yeah, no, but it could be a replica done by the real company. But they're just redoing a pattern.
Traditional multi.
I think
I wouldn't have
Mr. Steve, for multi-tools, no. But the notion for
how many companies have tried to replicate Swiss Army knives?
Yeah.
Over the years,
and Leathermans and stuff like that. It's just
I've got a couple of German copies of Swiss Army knives where they've done
There's
near enough
Chinese
exactly the
ones
same.
in there. There's all
Yeah.
kinds.
But the German ones are good.
There's been Japanese ones in the 80s that were quite good.
But none of them could compete with Saks, so they broke off. I mean, they don't make
You
them for the
can't
length of
you
time.
can't touch a company like
No.
Victorinox because you're not going to get close to them.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. The answer to the question, Mr. Steve, is pretty much no, because we're not that interested in multi-tools, not even traditional multi-tools. Even if we were buying, we don't buy an awful lot of multi-bladed knives beyond a few patterns. Now, if it was a rerun of old patterns of knives, and we've talked about this often.
Yeah, happily buy that.
If it was a rerun of old patterns of knives, like an old pattern of Barlow, or the Granddaddy Barlow is one that we keep on talking about every now and again, or like what happened with the Tackler, which was an old pattern that was brought out again, we would be all over like that, like a cheap suit. But I think, well, I would anyway.
They would need to be handmade.
I think they'd well, yes.
For traditional knives.
100%. Yeah, but they would have to be, otherwise I wouldn't entertain it.
Or even a majority of it's handmade. You know what I mean? I mean, they all use laser cuts now. Well, you know,
what if you got an old pattern that Rosecrafted?
Absolutely.
So it's doesn't have to be handmade.
No, it doesn't. But Rosecraft, you see, this is where I get defensive because I'm a shill. But I get defensive. I would say yes to Rosecraft simply for the fact that yes, they're doing pin construction, they're doing D2, which is a good traditional blade, and a traditional pattern.
Yeah,
and the traditional pattern with a bit of flair.
Yeah,
a lot of the time,
and quality.
And that's the bit.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to come out with something like that, you have to. I believe that they're probably the only company that could do that in a modern way.
I don't know if they're the only company. No. I think they're probably no. Well, actually, I don't even know what I'm saying, Steve, because I don't know of any other company that does do it as well.
Not as well as they do.
Yeah,
not as well as they do.
Mr. Steve, I'm not sure that we've answered your question, but you have given us plenty of food for thought.
Yeah,
Michael, any final thoughts from you on that one?
That's what I like. Just he knew what he wanted to say and he said it.
No, we're going to get the Tiffers. Tiffers is really throwing the gauntlet down now, lads. Now you ready? And we're going to Mikey for this one first.
Is he using bad language?
Nope. But you might be.
I can't. Blade steel carbon. I'm going carbon.
Why? Explain it. Just
because it's old, I like it. It takes a wicked edge. It's easy to sharpen. It gets a nice patina on it. I just love it. I'm just not a fan of basic stainless steels and stuff. They're fantastic. You know, like the Magna Cut and the Maxima and the L-Max and that. But you're not going to get that on many traditional knives, are you?
Yeah.
Well, unless you're me.
But personally, I like carbon steels. I love carbon steel. It's just so easy to maintain, easy to sharpen, easy to get rid of the burr. It's just great.
Okay, I get the easy sharpening. Well, what's wrong with Magna Cut then? It's easily sharpened.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with it. But what's your cheapest Magna Cut knife going to be? £100 now on that Boker, is it?
Yeah.
So you're looking at £100 knife where you can get carbon steels from like £30, £40.
Yeah, but you can get carbon steel right up to the hundreds. You know.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, just on like standard model knives. But I mean, if we're talking customs, then you can have any steel that you want. But I still prefer carbon steel.
Yeah, it's funny. I thought I would just be a straight carbon, but I'm not, because that would just be a complete lie. I'm not a just carbon person. I love carbon on my traditional EDC knives. For the reasons Mikey said, easy to sharpen,
lovely patina.
Yeah, lovely patina. When they're done, goes new one in. You're not heartbroken because you've lost you might keep it in your drawer for sentimental reasons, but I like the carbon steel for its uses and its ease of sharpening. But there's a little Buck Saunter that I got about a year ago. It's in 154 cm. What a fabulous little knife. This is dinky. It's got a full 4-finger grip, but it's got a a 3-finger grip blade, if that makes any sense.
Mhm.
It's a smaller bit.
Funnily
But
enough, it does.
as an EDC knife, this is flipping fantastic. And I love the fact there's 154 on it. I love the
But
fact.
this is a screwed construction modern slip joint, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I kind of get that, you know. So I think it's a very underrated knife. I also think it was a very overpriced knife. Now I know the price has come down in the USA, but it's still expensive here. It's like 130, is it 140 quid?
Yeah, 140, I think. But
Yeah,
yeah,
lovely
there
knife
again,
though, wonderful knife.
I do like my modern knives, and I know this is a modern slip joint. This is the Hinder XM18 Slippy, and I just think this knife is amazing, and I like it most of all because the blade steel they chose, it's 20 CV, which is a fantastic blade steel, and it just gives you plenty of wear, plenty of. If I want to do some work, this is the slip joint I'm going to take with me. So, you know, I'd be telling a lie, but on an EDC carry knife, I like patina. I like the knife to look as if it's been used. I like, and it's not a necessity because I've got some ones that I haven't got patina on. So yeah, but yeah, it's yeah, I do like my moderns as well. So
And Steve, Mr. Steve was just saying, he was talking about, just for clarification, authentic replicas, i.e. made in the same way.
yeah,
I don't think there would be an argument with
No.
that, Mr. Steve, at all. And a good question, by the way. Thank you.
yeah,
My answer to that question,
you wouldn't
stainless.
Yeah, you wouldn't be.
But to be honest, but that's just in terms of preference. And
Is that because the raisins in your scones tend to mark carbon steel?
well, no, because there's nothing better than a raisin patina. I mean, everybody knows that, Mikey. Except maybe a cherry patina, but
Or a sultana patina.
Sultana patinas, no way. That's heresy. For crying out loud, nobody likes a sultana
No, they're
patina.
kept for best of beans.
Yeah, but the only reason for that is because it's the rust thing is sort of always in the back of my head. I know that a knife that I own is never going to be abused enough to get rusty. Stainless steel for the convenience, and because I started out with stainless steel, it's just like running home to mom, pretty much.
When you say stainless steel, though, there's such an array of stainless steel, isn't there? It's like the gamma is enormous on it.
And I mean, what we say about sharpening stainless steels and edge retention, whatever else. I mean, you can get carbon steels that will retain an edge really, really well and patina well, and you get stainless steels that will retain an edge but are also fairly soft as well. I mean, so it's.
But you've got tool steels as well. You know, like tool steels, which is
you take M4
crewware.
Yeah.
Crewware.
It's
a lovely patina, K390. So there are really, really good carbons, and there are really, really good stainless.
Exactly.
If I'm going down the base end, I want carbon over something like SF100 or 3CR or 7CR or OZ8 or something like that.
And that's where the real difference starts to tell, because in a basic knife, I don't want basic carbon steel. I want something like a D2 or very, very worst 440C or something like that. I want a decent stainless steel that has a decent range of work in it, and that's just simply where it comes. I don't have an awful lot of basic knives with things like C75 in them. My basic carbon steel is 01, and that's where I probably draw a line.
I love you. I love my little snobby boy.
I know.
But here's another.
I catch so much grief for this in the comments, but that's fine. I am what I am.
I agree with what you're saying, but Rosecraft, again, I'm going to go back to them because to me they've really got me at the minute because of what their product. Job. They've put D2 on all their blades, which is fantastic. I know people saying, "Oh, that modern putting D2 on." Queen were making D2 knives that were the talk of the town when they made them back in the day, and they were the sort of first. I think they were probably some of the first traditional knives to have D2 on that I can think of. And
traditional, that I'm thinking, yeah, you're probably right.
They'd have been early on in that thing anyway.
And that's a lovely
absolutely. So yeah, steels are.
But the thing that gets me is and I think it's because it's such a thing at the minute, and I blame Matt Sawyer for this completely, because he loves to stir the pot, and he does it. He does it just for the sake of stirring the pot.
Oh, he loves it. He loves it.
Because it's a false premise. There's no difference. Elan had it right. Sometimes you like stainless steel on a knife. Sometimes you like carbon on a knife.
Yeah.
You can have. It's not or. It's and.
Yeah.
You can have both.
I'm pretty sure if I was doing a bit of diving, I'd be wanting stainless steel in the salt water.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
By the time you get to the bottom and you pull your knife out, the blade's just gone.
Yeah. I'm a heathen. So yeah, give us another question.
And Geared Forward makes a good point. Geared Forward, there's a blast from the past. I made one of my first purchases of the Tinternet from Geared Forward, of the Swiss Army multi-tool forum, and I think I bought a couple of knives off Geared Forward at some point. Oh, the days, the golden years.
The thing
very
is,
welcome.
The thing is now, even with the sharpening equipment you can get now, there's no knife a beginner can't sharpen. If he just puts a little bit of time into it, and I mean a little bit of time, get a fixed angle sharpener if that's what you want to do. But
could I just say, when Judd was starting off, there was no knife that he couldn't ruin.
I know, but
there was no steel that he couldn't get the angle so acute.
Exactly so. But I mean, my blade geometry was getting to the point of actually moving into a different dimension. It was that I mean, it couldn't cut anything. but
now you can sharpen anything.
I would.
And I would give you one of my knives to sharpen because I know you'll do a good job now.
What I would say is that yes, I'd have a go at sharpening anything, but although, and even as I say that, I'd love to have a go at something like K390 or M4, something really with a hand. If I say so, if I use the phrase really, really hard, Elan's going to eat me alive, and that's another one. But with a really high edge retention, I'd love to have a go at trying to sharpen it just to see if I could. I really would. And that's the progress I've made, Mike.
Here's a question. And this, I'm going to throw this in because it is a bit controversial, and it's women in knife collecting. Why are they so left out?
I'm going to gender, right?
Yes, I'm going to. Here's what I'm going to put this question is: how many knives do you see coming out by these big companies that are geared towards women? And I think
in what way? Because they tend to love sacks and
Spyderco's and Arthur Wright even or Taylor's Eyewitness or one of these companies started doing modern shaped pearl handle knives, started doing knives that have got a bit of silver on them, they're engraved, and make them attractive. I just think there's
maybe they just like the stuff that we like.
There's not many about. What I'm saying is there isn't that many about, so there must be a reason. Is that part of the reason that we don't include them in our?
I would say this is probably a male-dominated
there's no right
hobby.
to be.
Well, yeah, it does.
No,
it does.
Well,
I'd say it doesn't have a right to be, but it has a history to be. The weight of history,
but it doesn't. Because, and I'm going to prove that to you. If you go to, say, Afghanistan, right, that I've got going back centuries, what women do, what women don't do. I was watching a video, and this is where this question came up in my head. I was watching a woman sitting, and they were on the steps of a hill that a wee sort of built-in cave at the side of the mountain, built with stones. And she was out cooking the meal. They got their vegetables and all. And do you know what she was cutting the vegetables up with?
No.
A Barlow. This old Barlow that was as near as damn blunt, and she was doing the carrots and bits of whatever, their ochre or whatever they were cutting up. And I watched her use that knife.
Yeah,
and that woman knew how to use a knife.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We're not talking about people knowing how to use a knife. We're talking about people collecting knives. I mean,
but no, users turn into collectors.
No, they don't.
But
everybody uses a knife. Every single person on earth uses a knife.
You have to be a user to become a collector. You don't just start off collecting knives.
Yes, you do.
Take kitchen knives. Are there male and female kitchen knives? No, so why not just have knives as like knives?
You can, but I'm thinking, why do we not have that tradition like the Victorians used to do, was making really classic, pretty knives?
Well, that was like little purse knives and fruit knives and little
Yes, exactly.
stuff.
That's it, purse knives. The knives have got. I've got one. Sally has got in there. It's the most beautiful, called the Dragonfly, and it's got a Damascus blade, but it's about this size.
I'm sorry, but I'd be more impressed if the lady pulled out an Arthur Wright Barlow and went bang like that.
Yes,
come on.
But you still pay for pleasure.
I pay for a lot of things, Stephen.
But no, I just think it's one of them topics that maybe we could go into a bit more. Maybe we could get a lady on, Kathleen.
Kathleen is on. She's just made a comment. She just
maybe we could get
her comment was that more women use more knives than men.
Exactly, and it's true.
But that's got nothing. Use has got nothing to do with collection.
But you have look.
Collecting, as Robin says, seems to be a mostly male trait.
Why did I not start collecting till it was 50 odd?
Because it's an old man trait, and two, it's a male trait. Collecting in general seems to be
hobbies. Yeah, when you collect stuff, it tends to be like a male thing because we're stupid.
Yeah, and this is you're pushing me towards women even more now.
Well, absolutely.
Absolutely.
But I disagree with your premise on 2 points. First of all, I agree with Mikey. Why can't women like exactly the same knives that we do?
They can.
Why?
They can. But here's an example just to shut you up, because this is because I'm going to say.
So what's the point in making knives specifically for women?
Well,
because a knife is a knife is a knife
aimed more at women.
It's more left-handed and right-handed, isn't it?
Example of a knife that's crossed. It's crossed. Yes,
that appeals to me.
Exactly. I'm not saying it have to be exclusive to women. I'm saying just make them. How many do you see made like this? There's a beautiful knife made by Shatton Morgan in the most glorious mother of pearl. No, it's not mother of pearl.
Sorry, GF.
What is it?
It is mother of pearl.
It is mother of pearl. Yeah, it's the most beautiful colors and all in it. It is a long, slender blade, but it would do me every bit as an EDC carry. It's a bloody 3-inch blade. Do you know what I mean?
It's a beautiful
and it's a beautiful knife. But that would be cross-gender. Why do we not? I like beautiful knives.
That's cross-gender, and it's beautiful. It's like
that's exactly what I'm saying, you prat.
But it probably works both ways, you know. If
we don't tend to go for pretty knives. Well, how many of them have you seen? How many people collect?
I've got loads of pretty knives.
Yeah, but
I look at my knives and think, which one is the
but
nicest?
I'm talking about pretty, not I love my little babies. I'm talking about pretty knives that are made. They can be cross-gender. I'm not saying it has to be a woman's knife, but what I'm saying is, I think it would attract more women into the collecting side if they give them some knives to collect.
So that's making the assumption.
I made my point.
On this, you're wrong. Totally.
No.
Totally wrong.
No.
Do you know what is wonderful, though? Sheffield currently, I think, has 5 female cutlers. How about that?
That is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
There you go.
Showing the bloody boys that the hard day's work is not...
Thank you. We'll let Kathleen have the finest word.
Kathleen.
Thank you, Kathleen. I think you'll find that was my point, Stephen.
That's exactly what I was explaining there.
Kathleen, absolutely perfect answer.
You
Thank
came
you
around
for
to
that.
my way of thinking, and you're
moving on swiftly.
Yeah.
And you call that a way of thinking?
Make attractive knives that are suitable for both men and women. No, I want to stop it.
Moving on. Next question.
Stephen,
stop picking on the wee man.
Tell us about the knife that you regret selling. Oh, there's a horrible question, Stuart. Oh.
Stuart, you bugger. This is going to bring us to tears.
Well, I was just going to go straight in there. It was a GEC number 74, and I feckin' loved it.
And I must say, that GEC 74 is lovely. I absolutely love it.
I really just... That's one that really I wish now, because to try and get one now at a reasonable price is so difficult.
And the 74 is
it's just a lovely knife.
It is a beautiful knife. Mikey, you've been selling an awful lot of knives lately.
And it's not one that's like that. No, I did trade a particularly fantastic George Wolstenholme feathered buffalo worked back spring Stockman with Slippy, which although I never carried it because it was so nice and so lovely, I do regret not having it.
Looking.
Oh my God.
No, Stockman looking. A certain red-handled PM3.
Really?
That was a nice knife. It's not that I super regret it, but they're just ones that I did like. Have I got knives that I really, really regret? No, because I've got so many good knives that have come in since. I can't say that I really want one back, but they're just nice knives that that were nice.
Here's a better question. Sorry for whoever asked that, but how many knives that you have sold on and regretted and bought back? Because I went 2 years of mourning without my Spidey chef. Of all the knives that I've got, my Spidey chef, I just missed it. It took me 2 years to be able to buy one back.
Do you know what? Actually, the more that I think about it, there's no knife. The knives that I've got now, by moving on other knives, have made my knife collection better.
Absolutely.
To me. So to be where I am now, I would have had to have gone through that process. And no, I don't think I do regret it, really. Any of them.
I'm struggling. I must admit, I can't think of a knife that I've sold that I would want to buy back again. Actually, no, that's a lie. And I'll tell you why. Because it happened today. And a knife that I have never regretted getting rid of until today.
Okay.
And it is the Twisted Assisted Lanny's clip.
Right.
And you know why.
I will sort you out with a Twisted Assisted. I've got 5 of them.
You are not serious.
I've got 5 of them. I stockpiled them when they were because it was such a great knife, such a lovely Lanny's clip for 40 quid.
Are you genuinely trying to justify having 6 Lanny's clips?
I was picking them up on the second-hand market for 20 quid. They were 20 quid a piece, right?
20 quid a piece?
They were 20 quid. They were only 40 quid new.
Well, first of all, tell everybody in the chat why this is such a thing at the minute.
I sent one of my G10 Twisted Assisted Lannies to a certain slip joint sawyer who took a hammer and a blade to it and cut all the pins off and cut the handles off. Then he rehandled it in old English oak and then worked the back spring for me.
It is.
And now it's a Lanny's clip because I hate G10, but now it's got a wooden handle. It looks like an old Lanny's. And he got rid of the lanyard tube for me, and it looks amazing.
It is the most amazing thing I've seen in a long time. And Slippy's done a couple of knives for me, but this is what it looks like.
It's nice now.
It is phenomenal.
And it's funny, we were talking about blades and you were saying you don't like the saber grind, and I would be the same. But there's certain knives that have the saber grind. It's their pattern. Yeah. A Lanny's clip was the knife that was brought back. It was brought back by Tony Bowes. Brought that back in again in fashion, and it became the sort of the knife that, and every new knife maker had to make one to see so that people could see if he was worth his salt, because it's such a pattern, copied and copied and copied, but to make a good one is quite difficult. So yeah,
I will dig out a Twisted Assisted and I'll send it down to slip joint sawyer for you, and then you can tell him what you want in it, Judd. That's a shame if you're forced into like selling a knife.
You want one of my 5?
I'm not going below 4. That is a shame. If you're forced into like selling a knife, that sucks, because it's like a double-edged sword, isn't it? A, the fact that you've got to get rid of it, and B, you are going to pick the one that's worth the most money.
You're never going to get the money back on it either, because you're going to be forced to sell it.
Because you're forced to sell it, so somebody might come in with a low ball offer as well.
I feel sorry for people like that, but I'll still pay as low a price as I possibly can, because I'm a complete.
Oh, I know you will, because you have no heart.
Surgically removed on a point.
No empathy no feeling. It's the job that you do. You've been trained by the
Exactly.
government.
Exactly. It's a tough one, but somebody's got to do it. Oh dear.
Nice one, Dave.
Do you realise how long we've been going at this?
No idea.
An hour and 10 minutes.
An hour and 14 minutes.
But then again, far few to mention, Dave.
Oh, it is. Sorry, I was looking at the second hand. Well, look, I've thoroughly enjoyed this, folks. Let us know down below. What have you enjoyed this? Is a bit of crack, and maybe sort of once a month, once every 2 months. Would you like this? I think it's been a really fabulous, and the interaction of you putting in your questions has made the night for me, genuinely.
And apart from anything else, if we do this again, you can pretty much guarantee the same result, is that at some point during the evening, it will descend into a scrap between the three of us.
But we have had some
We are
really,
so different.
we've had some really good
Yeah.
questions. I've got to say, they're ones that have got us thinking, and they've got us fighting, and then cuddling and making up, and then me giving Judd a free knife. So it's amazing.
See, and I get kind of criticism from the from the audience here.
You bloody should do. No guilt in you.
This
Right.
is true.
Look, thank you so much indeed, folks. Honestly, you made my day. I've thoroughly enjoyed this.
This has been
And
a laugh.
This is what we're like on a Tuesday night. We fight, bicker, argue, laugh, and then go home and you've... Oh,
Absolutely.
it's a release.
But it's so thank you to everybody in the chat
Yeah,
for providing the
absolutely.
questions, for the people who contributed beforehand, which really got the ball rolling. Appreciate it, and we definitely will revisit this.
I think it's-
Even once a month, Stephen. I
Yeah,
think.
I
without
think
being
when you see
unreasonable,
now, you're coming down, yeah.
Oh, now you've changed the tune, Judd, haven't you? Oh, hang on. It was going to be like a semi one, and now it's, what if we do this
Well, I
once a
said
month?
once a
It'll be
month and
fine,
he
Stephen.
attacked me.
Yeah, I know he did.
No,
Literally,
once
physically,
a
and
month.
verbally from under the
There
table.
we go. Anyway, it was a great night. Thank you. It'll come when it comes again. But thank you so much. Really enjoyed it. And having your input, I can't tell you how much that means.
It does.
It
Just,
means so
they're-
much.
They're come and
It
go.
makes it interactive
It
rather
really
than just
does.
me gobbing off.
I know, but it's fun and you going off.
Not really.
It is fun. I mean, we do
Yeah,
like to wind you up a little
hard,
bit.
isn't it?
Because you do go
Rises
for
to
it.
the beat
Half
like
the
a
soul.
trout to the hook. He really does.
To the fly.
Straight after that fly.
You really do well have to get me out on the water, you know. But,
Definitely. Yeah, there you go.
folks, thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
I think
Do you
we've got
know
a
there's
couple of
50
topics
people
planned.
still in here.
Holy Moses.
Please hit the like button on the way out. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe because there's more of this madness on various parts of my channel. Thank you very much indeed. And good luck to Thrifty and Slippy on the rerun of
On
their
the return,
of their
the
show.
return. That Mikey does.
The return, and they've, you know what? And they're going big. They've got
you
Andy
see?
Armstrong on.
He knew.
They've got Andy Armstrong on. They're going
They're
big.
Yeah, good.
So don't
Yeah,
miss it.
no-
We'll be there and we'll see you there. All the best, folks. Thanks a
Take
million.
care.